Hi, thanks for joining a new video. Today, I share first impressions of the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic and Galaxy Watch 8. Let's begin. This latest generation of Samsung watches introduces several significant changes, and I want to share them with you. Of course, you are aware that for a more comprehensive analysis, we will eventually have a video review where we will thoroughly examine every detail. So, for the moment, let me explain to you in a bit more detail what has changed, because you will certainly notice the primary evolution. In terms of design, both watches choose this shape that we've referred to as Sir Quadrado. This is because they feature quite rounded corners, though simultaneously both have a circular screen. Personally, I'd like that Galaxy Watch 8 to have a screen that matches the watch body's shape. But overall, the watch looks nice. I thought it would look uglier. However, the classic model hasn't convinced me, mainly because it comes in one size and is smaller than I expected. We're discussing a 46mm size, but keep in mind that this size takes into account the entire watch body. Therefore, to include the rotating bezel, which I personally really enjoy, the display itself is quite small. Consequently, even the 44mm Watch 8, which is theoretically smaller than the 46 Classic, has a display that feels larger to me. It's quite an interesting observation, and that's about it. However, one thing I truly appreciated about the Classic model is that it includes the button that first appeared on the Ultra model, which is actually very practical. I was a Galaxy Watch Ultra user for quite a while, and I frequently used that button. Yet, I found myself missing the rotating frame of the Classic model, which is why I returned to using the Classic. Thus, in a certain way, this watch combines both features, the rotating bezel, which is extremely useful and pleasant, and then there's the button you can use, for instance, to turn on the flashlight, which I used quite a lot in the past. I just have to say that the watch gives me a sense of being too small for some reason. We are going to see slimmer designs in the Galaxy Watch 8, particularly with an 11% thinner design. And they have adjusted some elements, including the band fit, to make it 8% more stable when worn. This, in turn, enhances the accuracy of the measurements you can achieve. The truth is that the Galaxy Watch 8 really does look incredibly slim and very comfortable to wear. I genuinely like how it looks and feels on the wrist. Even though it's thinner, they have managed to keep the same battery as before. I would have preferred to see an improvement in the battery life, as they remain watches that you'll need to charge daily. This includes the Classic model as well, which, by the way, is significantly thicker than the base model. This is mainly due to the rotating frame issue, which is quite notable. Personally, I would have taken out the number frame on the Classic model, making the rotating frame thinner. However, this is more a matter of personal preference, as I wasn't entirely convinced by it. By the way, the Classic model will come in both black and white, while the basic model will be offered in graphite and silver. And we observe that the basic model features aluminum, while the Classic model incorporates stainless steel. I believe these materials are excellent, and I emphasize that the watches provide a pleasant tactile experience. Furthermore, the Classic model will come with a dual band, meaning it will have synthetic leather on the outside and silicone on the inside, ensuring a very comfortable grip. Both screens will achieve a peak brightness of 3000 nits, ensuring you have an outstanding viewing experience outdoors. That represents another significant change and an evolution that will be noticed in everyday life. However, it should be mentioned that Samsung reserves most of its innovations for the software. Therefore, these are not groundbreaking watches or anything of that nature, yet I believe they serve to enhance the overall experience of the Samsung ecosystem quite well. We are already aware that they offer excellent interconnectivity between the watch and the Samsung cell phone, but now particularly at the software level and most notably concerning health, it introduces several new features and improvements. For instance, the sleep coach is now going to propose an optimal time for you to go to bed after thoroughly analyzing your sleep patterns and evaluating how well you are resting. Additionally, they will have the capability to measure vascular load, which during the night will assess the stress on your blood vessels, aiding in the prevention of heart disease. Therefore, I believe they are steadily advancing. Of course, they are maintaining all the previous features related to monitoring, and they are also introducing a running coach who will provide you with valuable guidance and advice. It assigns a level based on your first run to gauge your condition. And if you wish to evolve to that level, you can reach level 10, which is when you are fully prepared to run a marathon. So, for those who enjoy exercising, I believe it introduces quite interesting novelties. Additionally, while you are running, it can provide you with some feedback to encourage you in various ways or offer information about your current state. However, another intriguing aspect will be the operating system, which is now known as One UI Auto Watch. We'll find more elements, which in a way enclose the indicators, preventing you from seeing the screen entirely black with white indicators, as was common in previous generations. Now, there will be additional groups that some individuals might not appreciate. Personally, I found it to be a necessary change that I liked, but I am interested in hearing your thoughts in the comments. Do you prefer this section with islands of soft colors enclosing the elements, or do you favor the design with a completely black background? Moreover, the Now bar is going to be integrated into the clock, allowing it to provide you with real-time activity indicators. For example, when you're working out, you might have a timer, similar to what we see on the cell phone's nav bar. Additionally, in the app drawer, there's a section for app recommendations, which are likely the apps you use most often. Those have been some changes, and also that Gemini will now be available directly on the watch, a change that was expected, a natural evolution, because previously there was Google Assistant and it was a matter of time before Gemini became available. The interesting thing here is that Gemini is going to have very good capabilities to also connect to system applications. So you could say start running training or start such and such routine and the like. It's going to be advanced enough, although it's not abandoning Bixby. So you as a user are going to be able to choose the opportunity to Bixby, or would you rather switch it to Gemini? Well, for now, that's what I can tell you in terms of first impressions. The truth is my time is really quite limited right now for recording these contents. Therefore, I hope to have them with me soon, so I can test them more thoroughly and make a detailed review like the ones you are already used to. For now, we have reached the conclusion of this video. If you enjoyed it, you know you can indicate it, and we will see each other next time.